Hi, you guys. If you're watching this, then there is a good chance you saw my video that I uploaded a couple of weeks ago talking about what the mile circuit is and how it works. But in today's video, I decided I'm going to physically walk through the entire 3-part circuit with you step by step for the full 90 minutes. So, if you're coming up on the last few weeks of your pregnancy and you're trying to encourage that baby on out, I'm going to guide you every single step of the way. Before we get started, make sure you grab some water with a straw, your headphones, your phone, or a watch to time your contractions if you're having them, and go ahead and turn on your diffuser if you're using essential oils, and let's go ahead and get into it. I have gathered all of my materials. I have extra pillows laying around. I have my water bottle with my straw. I have headphones. I have my phone to time contractions if I'm having those. And we are going to jump into the first position. I've also gone to the bathroom because you're holding each position for 30 minutes. The first position that we're going to do is called the open knee chest position, right? So what you're going to do is find a comfy spot. You can do this on your couch. You can do this on your bed. The first position, you really want to be able to relax into it. So find a place that's comfortable for you. The first thing you're going to do is come into a cat-cow position. And I have this pillow right in front of me as an option to kind of prop myself up with pillows. This is something that you can absolutely do. So I'm going to have it here as an example in case you do want to have some sort of pillow propping happening. We want our knees to be fairly wide apart. I think most pregnant people at this point in their pregnancy will find that when they spread their knees apart, their legs also come apart. That's totally fine. If you find that you're more comfortable with your feet together, that's also totally fine. Do whatever feels most comfortable to you. And I'm gonna take this pillow away just to show you guys. From here, what you're gonna do is drop your chest down to wherever you're laying. And then from here, what you want to make sure you're doing is creating an angle that's wider than 90 degrees between your thighs and your torso. If you look at me right now, I've actually got a really narrow angle. It's probably less than 90 degrees. This would look like a full 90 degrees. And then this would be an angle that is wider than 90 degrees. Now, if you are super comfortable here, you do not have to do anything else. You can just kind of wiggle your hips around and really just lean into this position. But if you find that you get uncomfortable in this, I know a lot of times you'll find that you start to kind of arch your back up like this or hunch your back over like this. But we really want to keep everything aligned and lifted. And we want our butt up as high as it can possibly be without compromising kind of that really nice angle. So for you, if that means that you need someone to come and support you, if you have that as an option, somebody can come with a rebozo and put that rebozo right around your belly and kind of pull upwards and backwards to kind of keep your hips up and lifted. Or you can grab a pillow like this. And one of the best ways that you can do this is to put it right below your chest, like this, and then get that wide angle again. Now, one thing I'll mention also about the position that I'm in right now, I'm on my couch, right? So my couch is only so wide. If you're on your bed, you're gonna have a little bit of an easier time getting that knee further out and really sinking deep into it. So that's something to think about whenever you're picking your location. Once you've found the position that works the best for you, you just want to settle in, get comfortable, and try to relax. If you're in this position like I am right now, and you find that you are already in labor and you're stalling and you're doing this in order to help labor progress, when you have a contraction, breathe through the contraction and stay in this position. You can move your hips side to side. You can lean forward with your pelvis and backwards. You can rock front to back.
The most important thing to remember is that holding this position is going to give your baby the opportunity to lift their head up and out of your pelvis a little and scoot around and reposition themselves into an optimal birthing position. So let's stay here together. Come back into your body and check on yourself. See how you're feeling. See if you need to make any adjustments. If you need to add in another pillow. If you need to readjust your knees. If you need to ask someone for assistance. If you need to sink into this position further. Check in with your body, check in with your baby, see how you're feeling, and just listen to your body. I find most pregnant people really like to rock their hips kind of side to side. If you feel any pain when you do this, you do not have to continue doing this whatsoever, but if it's giving you some relief, definitely lean into that. Try to take this time to really tune into your breath. Filling up your lungs all the way by breathing in through your nose. And pushing big breaths out of your mouth. Especially if you find yourself going through contractions or having waves come over you while you're in these positions. Concentrating on your breath and moving your body how it needs to move during those contractions while still staying in this position. If you want to have your partner involved during this time, this is an amazing time to spend alone time together and have your partner come in and scratch your back or scratch your head. This is also a great time to, like I said earlier, use the rebozo is another way to get your partner involved and to help you find some more comfort and relaxation. Or just by simply coming and laying with you and being with you during this time. Or if you're anything like me, you don't want anybody around at all. You don't want anyone touching you or looking at you. You just want to do this by yourself. And that is okay as well. You may also notice that I have my diffuser going right here. If you guys are interested in essential oils and using them throughout your labor, clary sage is an amazing one to be diffusing, especially if you are looking to bring on contractions while doing the Miles circuit. If you guys are interested in more things about essential oils, head over to my Instagram account. That is where I talk way more about oils than I do on YouTube. Okay, as we come into the last few minutes of this circuit, I want you to take a few more moments to bring some awareness to your breath. Breathe in through your nose. Fill your lungs and your belly. Breathe that breath deep into your baby. Sway side to side and let that breath out. Through your mouth. A couple more deep breaths before we get out of this position. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more good breath. And then I want you to ever so slowly kind of lean your weight back onto your hips. Kind of lean your weight backwards. Push yourself into a child's pose-like position and kind of give yourself that relief. Oh, don't move too fast. We don't want to get lightheaded. Give yourself the chance to come out of this position slowly. Open your eyes. Kind of wiggle around a little. And maybe push yourself up and rock front and back. Just maybe a little cat-cow. And take a couple of minutes to gather yourself. Go to the bathroom if you need to. This is the best time to drink some water. And now let's gather some pillows to jump into the next circuit. This next position, you want to make sure you have lots and lots of pillows. This is called the lateral recumbent position. And for the purposes of this video, I am going to be starting on my right side. I typically have people start on their left side, but you can start on either side, whatever feels the most comfortable to you. And so what you're going to do, kind of come to a seated position on your side and roll over to whichever side you're starting on. Put a pillow under your head so that you can lay on that. Grab a pillow to go kind of under your belly to give you the extra support that you might want. I tend to use a bigger pillow for the one that's at the bottom because you kind of want to open up as much as you can. So if you have a taller pillow, I would recommend kind of doing that one in between your legs. And then I probably can do without that pillow, but if you find that you need more support in any other place, just grab your extra pillow. And the key here is to bring the leg that you're not laying on as high up as you possibly can. So you kind of want to open up your hips, bring that leg up and roll back onto your belly. And I'm actually finding that this pillow is a little too high. So I'm just gonna swap this cushion out for this pillow. And as you can see, my leg is a little bit too long for the couch, so it's kind of up right here, but your leg would just be straight. You definitely wanna make sure that you keep that leg straight and flat. But my couch isn't quite big enough for me. So I've got this leg hiked up in a right angle and I'm rolled back over onto my belly. And the great thing about this one is that if you fall asleep, all the better. One of the great things about this position is that you can also involve your partner in this one. Your partner can come and kind of lay behind you and scratch your back or rub your back or scratch your head, or just come and hold you and be there for you and love on you during this time. Or if you have kids, your kids can kind of come into the room at this point and lay with you while you're doing this. Or if you're a dog person or a cat person, this is also something that they can come and be with you for. The nice thing about this position is it's quite relaxing, and you're giving your baby the opportunity to get into an optimal birthing position without exerting too much energy. And we definitely want to save our energy for labor, so this is a fantastic option. As we're coming up on the halfway mark of being in this position, I've found that my leg has definitely started to slip down a little. So what I will encourage you to do is just bring some awareness to the height of your leg and see if you might be able to just lift it back up a little. You can kind of sink back down into that position with your leg up as high as it can go. And bring some awareness back into your breath. If you find you're having surges or waves or contractions during these positions, be sure to remain in this position as much as you can. If you do have to move, I encourage you to move back into the position as soon as you can. But I know that you might need to kind of readjust while those are happening. So listen to your body and do what you need to do, but do your best to maintain this position during those surges. As we round out this position, we're coming up on our 30 minutes of laying here, and I know this is the position most people don't want to get out of, but we'll start to bring awareness back into our breath. Take another big, deep breath in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. And through the nose. Fill your belly and your lungs. And breathe down into your baby and let it out. And one last deep breath. And let that out. And again, just like before, we want to be intentional about our movements. So ever so slightly, kind of wiggle your way out. Move your hips side to side if you need to. Straighten that leg out. Kind of bring awareness back into that hip and really breathe into it. And slowly work your way up. Maybe press yourself up onto one arm and again, bring some awareness back into your neck. Turn your head side to side. When we lay on our side like this, it can feel a little creaky when we get up. Move all those extra pillows. Grab your water bottle. Run to the bathroom if you need to. Have a snack if that's how you're feeling. And get ready for our last circuit. So for this next position, I encourage you, if you have stairs, to use your stairs. I do not have stairs. So I have a step stool that I like to use as my example because it is the right height for me personally. For this next 30 minutes, we are going to be doing lunges. If you have stairs, you can go up the stairs and down the stairs and skip 2 stairs at a time to keep your pelvis open. If you want to go outside and you have a curb, you can put your leg up on the curb and kind of walk with your foot up on the curb to kind of get that open pelvis. The key here is that we want our pelvis to be open, and we do that by creating a right angle. Creating this right angle with our knee, and we want it to be in line with our belly button, right? So you can see that shape. I'm going to show you what you shouldn't do, which is this. This does not give us that shape that we want. Our pelvis is not open enough. And we also don't want to lean forward like this with our knee over our toe. This is actually going to close our pelvis up. If you are far along and you lean forward like this, I know you can feel it in the back right here. That does not feel good. What we want is for our pelvis to be open like this, kind of bend down into it. You can feel the difference between your pelvis being open in this really yummy 90-degree angle and your pelvis being closed. We do not want to close it. We don't want to just hang here. We want 90 degrees. Move around too. If you have a yoga ball, this is a really nice time to sit on your yoga ball and do hula movements kind of back and forth. But we want to keep our pelvis nice and open. And you can lean into it. You just want to make sure that you don't go over your toes. So don't lean too far forward, but you can absolutely kind of push into it like this. And if you kind of turn your torso outward and lean in, that feels quite nice as well. We've kind of had our moment of rest in the last circuit, so we really want to be as active and engaged in this circuit as possible. Definitely bring awareness to this leg
We do not want to straighten our leg and lock it out like this. We want to encourage more blood flow, so keep a nice bend in that leg. That's where a nice partner might come in handy. If they're coming up in front of you or behind you and kind of taking the weight off of you, you can keep that bend in your leg, because we do not want to straighten it out. If we straighten out our leg, we are restricting blood flow, and blood flow is so, so important. So be sure to keep it nice and loose. And if you find that you just need a break for a second, you can absolutely kind of step down, shake it out a little, kind of kick your legs around, and then jump right back into it. You can really come into your breath and breathe down into your baby. Kind of hold your baby and rub your tummy during this time if you feel so inclined, or if not, put your hands on your hips, put them on your leg, lay them on your legs, just hang out here. We also want to make sure that we aren't like sinking down and out like this. You want to pay attention to your back and the posture you have. Don't arch your back. Keep your pelvis and your spine aligned nicely. Straight up and down, not too tucked forward like this, not arched like that. You want to imagine there's a plane here, and we just want to keep it straight up and down. So pay attention to how your hips are angled and stay engaged during this 30 minutes. Something that you can do to engage your partner during this time is to have them come stand in front of you or come stand behind you. And you can even lean up with your hands around their neck and kind of lean forward in this position, or have them come behind you and hold onto your hips and help you kind of rock back and forth like this. We are coming up on 15 minutes doing our lunges. If you are in a stationary lunging position like I am, I encourage you to take your foot and maybe rotate it. I've had my foot straight like this the whole time, so it might be nice to kind of turn and kind of change that angle up and give my leg a little bit of relief. And vice versa, if you found that you had your foot straight this way the entire time, you could turn your foot to the side and lean into your lunge that way. Just something as simple as having your toes facing forward and your toes facing outward are really going to change the way your pelvis is open. So whatever feels right to you and what your baby needs and kind of that movement you're looking for, listen to your body and see what it's saying. Now, if you find that you just need to take a break again, this is totally okay. If you want to switch it up, instead of just doing the stool, if you have a staircase, go to your staircase. If you have a curb, go to your curb. You absolutely do not have to stay in this one position the entire time. As we round out into our last few minutes of this circuit, I encourage you to come back into your breath. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Kind of lean your hips around. Breathe in through your nose. And out through the mouth. Again, in through your nose. And out through the mouth. And slowly but surely come out of this position. Again, take the time to shake your legs out, kick them around, move them around, do what you need to do. Go drink lots and lots of water, use the bathroom, and give yourself a pat on the back for doing the circuit for 90 minutes. Now that you've done that circuit one time through, if you find that you still haven't had your contractions pick up, or they're not getting closer together or longer or stronger, or any of those things, you can do this circuit a couple of times in a row. Whenever you do, just make sure that you're switching sides, right? So when we were doing the second position on the couch, we had our left leg up. The next time you do it, you'll just do the opposite leg, and vice versa with the lunges. So you can just replay this video over and over again every time that you do it and have some guidance going through each of the positions. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sending all of my positive energy out to you if you are watching this video and putting it into action, because you are coming up on the end of your pregnancy. You guys have shown me so much love on my last video about the mile circuit. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. And if you enjoyed it, definitely give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I make content all about pregnancy and labor and motherhood and pretty much everything that falls in between. So this is the kind of stuff that I absolutely love creating content about, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.